Beautiful day in Gilbert and Mesa. It's been raining. It seems like what has been all evening and night and morning. And, we definitely need the rain, that's for sure. I have unmuted the line. If there's anyone that is going through anything in their business that they want to ask me questions about, things that I can help them with, or anything about my process as far as helping investors buy real estate, now's the time to speak up. I just wanted to ask for some reason if anyone wanted to go over something this morning. If not, that's okay. We'll dive into what we're covering here. So we're going to be talking a little bit about foreclosures this morning. So a big part of my life since 2009, really. Let me look at my sheets. Since 2009, yep. I have been digging into foreclosures big time every single day. Foreclosures have been a big part of my life as far as real estate goes. And, foreclosures, it's a great way to buy real estate. The reason is the transaction is just very, very simple. You don't have to put out, like these wholesalers, there's these wholesalers that are putting out, I've heard as much as $250,000 a month in advertising to go and get discounted inventory and properties. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money in marketing. And then once you put the advertising out, you've got to show up to the person's house that's having the distressed property, and you're going to have to negotiate and collect a contract. And then it's going to take anywhere from a few weeks to 30 days to work through that transaction of all the emotions from that seller and your potential buyer to get that transaction to close. So that's why wholesale real estate is just so much more difficult than foreclosures. Whereas foreclosures, I call it the 5-minute success rule. And the reason why I call it the 5-minute success rule is because if you're interested in foreclosures, you literally need to spend about 5 minutes every single evening and check my foreclosure list that's coming out. And if you're not on my email list, make sure that you get on there. To get on my email list, it's just SpencerCaldwellAZ.com. And that's all of my different different ventures that I'm doing is on SpencerCaldwellAZ.com. So make sure you're on that list. So you spend about 5 minutes in the evening when you get this list and see if there's any foreclosures that you're interested in buying. And then the next morning we start working on those. Like right now we're doing drives on all these foreclosures, driving to all the properties and seeing which ones we're interested in. And I provide those drives to you free, okay? So you can look at those pictures. You just need to reach out to me on my email or text and say, hey, give me a drive of this property. And then once you have the drive, you know what you're buying. And the important thing is to do a drive is because you don't know what the physical, what this property looks like. It could be burned down. There could be just weird things about the property. So you want to get, someone's eyes on them at least. And back in 2009, really 10, 11, 12, and the foreclosures, there's so many foreclosures. I mean, there was hundreds every single day. We were buying 10 to 15 a day for 2 years straight. A lot of these properties, we weren't even driving. We were just shooting fish in a barrel because the prices were a lot cheaper too. You're buying decent properties for $60,000 in Phoenix. But now, obviously the risk is more because we're paying more for the property. So we need these drive reports. And so we go drive the properties. While we're driving and we're checking title. So that's what we're doing right now. I just got a drive report on the property on Sunland in Phoenix. It appears to be occupied. House looks okay. Looks like it needs a coat of paint. Southgate, it's occupied, tile, stucco. 105th Drive in Sun City, occupied, two carport asphalt roof. So these properties can be, occupied still and they're foreclosing, and we can cover that in a second. So they're just not always vacant. You buy a lot of the times occupied properties. And so once we're doing the drives, we're checking title to make sure we're buying a first. It's important that we buy a first mortgage. And the reason why you have to buy a first mortgage is because you really don't truly own the property if you're buying any other mortgages. So you need to be buying a first mortgage. And once we buy the first mortgage, everything else will fall off. So, then you basically formulate your max bid, and you tell me, text me or call me and say, hey, this is what I'm willing to pay for this property. Then I get to the right place at the right time to bid on that property, right? And as we're bidding on these properties, there's a lot of going back and forth. And if we're a successful bid, we put down a $10,000 non-refundable deposit right there when we win the property. And so once we put that down, we have 24 hours or the next business day by 5 o'clock to deliver the cashier's check in payment of full to the trustee. So now, if you're thinking, oh, I can't pay cash for this property because I'm just not prepared to do that yet, well, you can get hard money. And with hard money, you need to be prepared to put 10 or 20% down. And if you don't have that money put down, then you are now getting the knowledge right now on how to buy foreclosures from me, who's been doing it forever. And if you've got the knowledge, you can then go raise the capital and get the family, friend, aunt, uncle, whoever that is interested in real estate that may have a little bit more cash to flip the property with you. So that's what's created is a joint venture agreement, right? And so it's important to just understand the processes and kind of what we go through. So if you buy an occupied, now we own the house and it's occupied, you show up and you knock on the door, and there's two things. Either they're going to be packed up in boxes and they're going to be prepared to move out because they know the knock's coming because they got foreclosed on, or they're just going to act lost, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so if that happens, then you might have to evict them. So the eviction process can be as quick as 30 days in Arizona. And, it could be, as much as a $500 bill to the attorney to evict the tenant. So, one second here. Got to take a drink. My voice has been struggling the last several days because I've been screaming at my daughter's pom competition, and I took the family to the Suns game last night, and I don't know if you guys watched that, but you need to pull up the highlights. The Suns game was electric. We were down as much as 20 points, and in the third, and made a comeback, which is just crazy. KD hit basically a buzzer beater to win the game, and anyways, it was super exciting. So back to foreclosures. One thing, too, I want to reference is I've got a really cool book called Buying Arizona Foreclosures. It's on Amazon. It goes through everything A to Z, buying Arizona foreclosures. So I would look into, if you're interested in getting into foreclosures, I would look into purchasing that book. Obviously I'm here. You've got my cell phone. It's everywhere. And we'll continue to teach a little bit, more about foreclosures in the morning mastery and just buying real estate. So to me, buying foreclosures is just a really, really good way to buy real estate, and if not the best way to buy real estate, because it's just, you're not putting out, like I said, tens of thousands of dollars to advertise to get that distressed property, and you're buying the property at a great price, discounted, and then you can go flip it or rent it. So anyways, I really would like you guys to learn more and be more about foreclosures, and just, it's a great way to be successful in real estate. And I'm here to help you guys do that. Any questions you have about it, make sure to reach out. So that being said, Tuesdays are actually the biggest day of foreclosures. There's 12 major trustees in Arizona that hold these foreclosures, and Tuesdays, for whatever reason, is the busiest. So I'm going to end short because it is Tuesday, and we do have a lot of foreclosures this morning. If you have any other questions, please reach out, and I'm always here for you for any of your real estate needs for sure. And let's see here. Let's see if there's anything else exciting. Oh, there's a property out in Apache County, like a piece of land that's like $8,000 today. I'm super excited about that one that I've got to organize too. So there's properties all over the state. But if you're just focusing like on, hey, I want to make money in real estate, just focus in the Phoenix area. There's plenty of properties here. I have all these investors that go out of state and want to buy properties somewhere else. And I'm like, look, you're living in the best city, one of the largest cities in the U.S. Just do transact here, unless you just feel like you're doing so much real estate and you just need more deals. So anyways, yeah, take a look at buying Arizona foreclosures on Amazon, or just come to my office and grab a book. I got a couple misprints, and I'll give you one free. So appreciate you guys. Go out there, make something happen, and make it a great day. We will talk to you tomorrow.